everybody, today's video we are going to be talking about a really special topic. We're going to be talking about fun. I really wanted to talk about this subject. Distortion of what fun really is has been something that has negatively impacted and affected the way that people view themselves and the confidence that they have for themselves and the self-worth and esteem. This world has defined fun, and the way that it's defined has created a dynamic where we feel like if you don't want to drink, smoke, dance all kind of crazy and twerk, then you don't like to turn up, and if you don't like to turn up, then you're not fun, and if you're not fun, that means you're lame. If you're lame and uncool, that means that you're basically not. Some people, they may accept it and they're like, okay, well, I'm just lame and I'm not cool, and I just accept that, and I still have this certain amount of like confidence about myself, and I still feel good about myself. But I want to go a step further and not only say that you should feel good about yourself and accept yourself the way you are, but that you are not lame and that you are not uncool for not necessarily liking those the way that this world defines fun, and you still are in fact a fun person, even though you don't like to do the things that this world does. And if anything, the lame people are those who put who have to do all of those things to be fun. So I really want to show you guys this quote. I want to show you guys this quote by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan that legitimately changed my life. Like, reading this, I read this and it was like mind-blowing. Like, this is what really changed my whole perspective on what fun, and ultimately, changing my perspective on fun was what really helped me change my perspective and viewpoint on myself. Y'all know I love y'all, y'all know I care about y'all, and because of that, I have to share with you this quote, because I know that it will, because I know that it can help you. I know that it will. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, "The question is, what is fun? Fun to one person is ignorance to another. Fun to another person is what is trifling to another. The question we have to ask is, what is fun with God? Does God engage in trifling things? Does he engage in things that are foolish? So what I found as fun is the joy of learning today what I did not know yesterday. I literally enjoy my teacher teaching me things on the violin that I didn't know, and then making a joke out of what I did wrong, that I now am learning to do right. We don't have time for trifling things. Children should not be engaged in just silly things, playing with toys that do not teach. The joy of living is the joy of learning. Since Almighty God Allah created us as a reflection of himself, it would seem that from as early as we can think, we should find joy in the discovery of truth. We should find fun in the discovery of things that grow us, that edify us, that evolve us toward God. Mindless games are valueless with God because they misuse youth. Children are mischievous. Then find something that we can learn from mischief. Games of learning. Games that increase one's dexterity, that teach skills in doing things. Games that challenge us mentally." I was talking to Bobby Brown in Houston, a great performer. He said, "Brother, I really need your help." I pulled him in close because there was a lot going on. I whispered in his ear, "Brother, you don't need me. You need a closer relationship with your Creator." In answer to your question, which dovetails into what I said to him, I said, when you were a sperm mixed with ovum, your mother wasn't conscious of this until she missed her menses. That something was happening with her, but the intelligence that was in the sperm knew what it had to do. So it made contact with the egg, and the first cell of life began. Mom, unaware. Dad, unaware. But you, in that stage, were aware, and the Creator was aware, and the Creator was present with you. At that first cell of life began rotating in the darkness of the womb. There was a light present in it that caused it to rotate. Then you became a clock. You became an embryo. You became a fetus. And God was ever present before anyone had a relationship with you. Your duty is to create, or to make a right relationship with your Creator. I said when you came forth, parents looked at you and loved you, happy to see you. And mama either gave you her breast or she gave you milk, and you began to grow. You couldn't talk, you couldn't walk, you couldn't crawl. But something was going on in the brain. Mama didn't teach you to crawl. You just did that. Mama didn't teach you to pull up on something sturdy that you can stand up. You did that. Then everyone was amazed when you took your first step. But no one taught you that. It was an intelligence that was already in you, and a relationship with your Creator that was nurtured by your mother, your father, and the environment in which you lived. Well, wasn't that fun? It was fun for us on the outside watching our baby crawl. It was fun watching the baby coo to say thank you. It was fun watching you take your first step. So fun was the joy of watching growth, development. That's fun with God. If I want to have fun, let me engage in that which grows me into Him. That is real fun. Toys and things that parents give their children should always be with careful thought. The enemy wants us to waste time. With God, there is no time to waste on foolishness. Children are ready to learn if we are ready to teach. So get no mindless games or foolish things. But if there is a toy that you want to give your child that which challenges growth, development, dexterity, skills. Then you watch the child grow and watch the smile come on your face, and that is not that of a comedian. That's the joy of watching the evolution of life. In closing, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, as the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So it is in education. The child should know at 6 years old what its future is, what it wants to do with its life. If it engages in mindless foolishness and triviality, it will not get in tune with itself to know at 6 where it wants to go. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, at 18 years of age, we should have finished our doctorate degree, ready to go out into the world to practice that which we have learned in theory. So if you get a doctorate degree at 18, how much time do you have for mindless activity? None. God does not waste time. Neither should we. The first thing I remember that my mother gave me to play with was a violin. She was not about mindless pursuits. When she bought me toys, it was like Chinese checkers, something that engaged me, or a puzzle, something that engaged my mind, and then something to read. I thank God Allah for my mother, who never ever engaged me with mindless stupidity and called it fun. So this really meant a lot to me because growing up, I think that all of us naturally love certain things, whether it's certain books, reading, whether it's certain sports, or whether it's certain activities, art. You may like to draw, you may like to paint, you may like to sew, you may like to knit, you may like to crochet, you may like to write, you may like to make, you may like graphic design, you may like science. It's a lot of different things. You may like law. It's like a lot of different things that all of us have some type of interest. But I think that a lot of us deny ourselves of our interests and our passions, and we don't fully pursue them because we, as young people, we're trying to do what we think we're, supposed to do, and it's not really accepted for you to fully engulf yourself in what it is that you love, because that's considered lame to stay home and want to film videos. It's lame to want to stay home and edit videos. It's lame to want to work on a blog post. It's lame to want to write an article instead of going out. It's lame to want to read. It's lame to want to spend hours on end working, grinding and becoming better at your craft or your profession or your whatever. That's just lame as young people. You cannot do that and no one look at you like you're crazy. And that's such an unfortunate thing, because it's like life isn't worth living if you can't pursue your passions. And that's what's really fun. And I always knew that. It was always fun for me to want to stay home and work on little miniature amateur fashion shows in my little hallway. It was fun for me to stay in my room and practice drawing. It was fun for me to read my Judy Blume books, my Sarah Dessen books, my my American Girl books. It was fun for me to write. It was fun truly learning what fun is in the eyes of God. It has allowed me to accept myself better and to be myself. There are times when like there are things going on, but I don't want to go. Like I want to do what I want to do, even if that's considered lame to you. We make fun this certain box, and if it's like if whatever you love to do and whatever's fun to you doesn't fit in the box, then you're lame and you're uncool. But that's not true. Who said that? Like who made that up? Like that's not true. So like even right now, it's like I genuinely like I've just developed this attitude and this certain confidence about myself that I have to do me, and I have to do what makes me happy, and I have to do what I love, and I have to do what's genuinely enjoyable and fun for me, and ultimately like what God is like God placed the interests and desires in my heart, and I have to it's my duty to obey those and pursue those full out. Who cares? Like because I now know the definition of real fun, I don't let everybody else's definition I don't allow everyone else's definition to get to me like that. And that's what was like life changing. Like, because people would do that, like, oh, you always working on your homework. Okay, well, I like doing my homework because then I'll get good grades, and if I get good grades, that helps me do well in college. And I'm really excited about college because I'm going to fashion school and I love fashion, and I'm going to be able to pursue my passion full out. And I like working on scholarships right now because I need money for school, and this is going to help me pursue my dreams, and I kind of want to do that. Like this is enjoyable for me. So no, I'm not lame. Like I'm not like I'm lame to you, but okay. Like when I was younger, I would legitimately like try to like force myself to do things that I thought that I was supposed to do because they were fun, and if I didn't do them, then that meant that I was like nothing. Like I thought I was like I just thought I was not okay. And so like I just remember like having memories of like me being at parties and like waiting until it was over, and I don't mean to like wait until it was over because I just didn't want to be there. And then like I just remember like kind of like trying to put myself in, trying to do things that I thought were acceptable, but they really weren't like what I wanted to do, but I thought I had to do it. And it's just like I cannot explain to y'all how liberating it is to just be yourself and do what you love, and to be the person that God that you really are, and not like fake it and do what you think that you have to do. Like I just don't care. I don't care what girls think about how fun I am or how lame or unlame I am. I don't care what boys think, because I just have the mentality, it's like either you like me or you don't. I cannot change myself. Like this just is what it is. Like I cannot, like I just absolutely I refuse to subjugate myself. I refuse to stifle myself. I refuse to stifle my passions. I refuse to like put myself down. I just refuse to do it. And because I know how it feels, and no one is worthy of me doing that to myself, period. Either you like me as a friend, either you like me as a person, or you don't. I can't do nothing more than that. I can't. This is not saying that like parties in general are wrong, but the turn up in this world is just like so extremely like unproductive and like so damaging and so like unpurposeful that it's just ridiculous. Like I do love parties, right? And I go to parties and stuff like that, but they're always in a setting, but I strive to, you know, do so in a setting that's righteous. Like I like to like if they're like my mosque like has sanctioned like events, like I like going to those kind of stuff. If my friends who are striving to be like righteous and right, if they have things, I will go. But like all of them club, teen parties, all that type of stuff, I don't have time for it. Like I don't want to go there. Like there's nothing there for. I'm not partying too much, and we don't really have a lot to celebrate. It's like working and pursuing your passion and growing and studying and evolving, that's fun. Like it's fun for me to watch myself to like grow spiritually and have a different outlook on things that I didn't used to have. And it's like fun for me to like grow mentally and understand words and concepts that I didn't understand at one point. Like it's fun for me to like have my first fashion show. It's fun for me to reach new goals here on YouTube. It's fun for me to learn how to do different things with editing. Like all of this stuff is like fun for me. And I think that I just wanted to make this video to like just talk to you about how like you're fine the way you are, and sometimes Like, look at your life and try to evaluate the things that make you happy and that are really enjoyable to you, and know that it's okay to like to be about that, and you're not lame for that. So like, these are just some of the things that I'm learning about myself. I just really wanted to talk to you guys about what fun is. Kind of like, if you had a different kind of perspective, just kind of like share with you something else to think about. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and inshallah, God willing, I'll talk to you later. Bye.